going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Tank Top Chef. Here we are at my parents' getaway down at Phillip Island. I'm here for Christmas, so it's going to be a lovely weekend away. And so what I thought I'd bring you this time is a dessert. So many of you do know, maybe you don't know, that I hate Christmas pudding. It's always been an absolute hatred of mine. I hate cooked fruit. I hate any kind of fruit that's been added different from a raw standard. So I always used to get a chocolate pudding that my nan used to make, and Mum always gets me an ice cream or something like that. So what I thought I'd bring you today is a chocolate cake and a homemade ice cream. So what we're going to start off with today is the ice cream portion, which needs to be done overnight, so at least 6 hours worth of freezing, but I'm going to leave this overnight, and then we'll get the chocolate pudding done as well. So below on the captions as we did last time, I'll bring you all the macros and all of the amounts as well. But let's just get into it straight away. As I said, this is great for kids who don't like their Christmas pudding, and I think it tastes delicious. This is a slightly different chocolate cake than you might have had before. It's a Nigella cake, and I'll bring you those ingredients soon. Let's start with the ice cream. So come on in. My mother is camera lady for me today, so I appreciate that. To start with, guys, this is going to be in the first separate bowl. We've got 4 egg whites, and we've got 90 grams of icing sugar, and then we've got 475 mils of thickened cream and another 90 grams of icing sugar. So we're going to whip this one together to stiff peaks, and we're going to whip this one together for stiff peaks. We'll bring it together, and then we'll kind of just fold that together so we don't knock a lot of that air out of it. Stick it into a nicely aluminium. Make sure you never use plastic and never use glass when you're sticking inside a fridge. Make sure it's always aluminium. You can coat that in like a kind of an aluminium foil or a kind of what do you call, Glad wrap if you want to, but I'll probably just put it straight into that because it's non-stick anyway. So let's get whipping this together and let's have a look. Alright guys, so we're going to start doing the cream part first. So as I said, 475 mils of cream. You know I'm OCD, so I love getting this absolutely spot on. So I've measured it out in 4 different cups rather than getting it just in one and being just a little bit all over the place. So let's get all of that in there. And there, and the last 20 mils in there. Beautiful. And then as I said, 90 grams of icing sugar. Put that in. Now, of course, I've got the electric beater here. Now, for everyone at home, let's get this to stiff peaks, but I take this as an opportunity. Let's get a bicep workout in. There we go. So let's just whip this one, guys. As I said, whip that away for the next little while, and with the beauty of editing, this will be all done when we come back. All right, with the beauty of editing there, guys, right at the end there, nicely stiff peaks, so you can see nice and solid there from there. So let's move on to the next stage. Next bowl, 4 egg whites. In they go. Beautiful. And then the other half of that icing sugar, so that's 90 grams in there as well. So again, we'll get that balloon whisk out. I'll get it all clean. We'll start whipping this up, and I'll bring you back when this is soft peaks, when we're then bringing that into there and folding it through. So I'll be back in 2 shakes. Alright guys, so we've been going at that for a few minutes now, so we're pretty much at pretty much firm peaks there. Now I've always seen this on TV, so let's hope this doesn't fall on my head, but yeah, we're pretty good. So basically what we're going to go from here, and get rid of that one. Although actually, come around here there, Mum. As you know, my lovely dog loves taste testing all my stuff, so yeah, I reckon that's pretty good. So yeah, we're all good with the egg whites. So let's get this in here. Now, do we have a spatula or something there, Mum?
One down.
Alright, spatula. Now this will do. Alright, so let's get that in there, guys. Now just be careful not to knock out any of the air, or as little air as you can, so we can get this nice and fluffy. That's all in there. Now of course you can add as little or as lot as you like. Vanilla extract, guys, and now this is a base basically to any ice cream. So if you want to put in some sort of liqueur in there, if you want to put some sort of fruit, maybe a raspberry coulis to turn it into a raspberry ice cream, but me, it's just going to be plain vanilla because we've got a very decadent chocolate cake. So, but I love my vanilla, so let's give that a whirl. Alright guys, so plenty of vanilla in there now, so if you just get a nice close pan-in shot there, Mum, you can see there's a beautiful consistency to that. It's all well mixed in, egg whites are in there, but there's still a beautiful amount of air. So basically we're now going to transfer this into our bowl. Pour that in, guys. And that's your ice cream done. As I said, a minimum of 6 hours in the freezer. But I'm going to leave this overnight. Doesn't need to be covered, doesn't need to be worried about on that one, so just get that in there. You might want to maybe put some Glad wrap over the top of it if your freezer's nice and full and you just want to kind of keep it covered up, but isn't required. And again, let's just make sure the taste test is all good. What do you reckon, buddy? Yeah, he's basically gnawing the spoon. Oh, here comes another one. No? You want some, Charlie? Hey? No? No, Rupert's got all that. So you'll be back tomorrow. You'll see that all done. I'm going to get stuck on the chocolate cake, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Right, so here we are for the chocolate cake portion, guys. So I'm going to get the dry ingredients together. So in this, I've got 225 grams of plain flour, 1.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate soda, and 0.5 teaspoon of salt. So I'll put that through the sift in here. That nice and fluffy cake for us. And then in this one, I've got 75 grams of really good quality cocoa powder. I love a good chocolate taste. And then we've got 1.5 teaspoons of espresso powder. Now, you all know I don't like coffee, but that coffee with a good quality chocolate really just brings out that richness of the chocolate. You don't really feel that or taste that flavour of the espresso. So I'll get this in, and then we'll get to all those wet ingredients together. All right, let's get the icing on there, guys. So in a pot, we're going to add, what do we got, 75 grams of butter. Now, this recipe actually calls for coconut butter. I couldn't find it anywhere. It does exist, but you can use butter instead. So this is the only thing that's going to make this non-vegan on this particular case, but I'm going to go with butter anyway. We've got 50 grams of brown sugar. Again, try and use a really fine grained brown sugar, guys. The raw sugar out there is very thick, so try and get a much smaller one. In this one, we've got, what have we got? 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa, and then again a little bit of espresso powder. I think there's 1 teaspoon in there. And then with that, we'll then just add 60 ml of water. We're going to bring this to the boil, and then from there, what we'll then do is I'll then break up an entire block of good quality 70% dark cooking chocolate, and then I'll melt that through there. Icing's then done, just put that to the side. Alright guys, that's now boiled, so we're now going to add in our chocolate. Alright, so I'll stir that away until that's all basically melted. Off heat now, the heat in the liquid there will be well and truly enough to get that all melted. So once that's to a nice glossy stage, that's all done, just put that aside. By the time that this rest of this cake is all put together and cooked, this will be nice enough just to pour straight over the top. So I'll get this all melted away, and I'll be back when we're then cooking the other ingredients. I had to bring you back very quickly, guys, to have a look at the just consistency of this ganache here. That is absolute black gold. Look at that. That is delicious, and I can't wait to spread that over the cake. So I'll be right back. Right, and so the last bit now is the wet ingredients, guys. I've got 375 mils of boiling water. I've just boiled that in the pot over there and put it into here. We've got 75 grams of coconut oil and 300 grams of that same brown sugar that we used before, and then 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar. It's the vinegar that will now react with the bicarb soda to give it its rising agent, because of course there's no eggs in here. So I'll put all this together, melt it through here, stir it into that, then into a lined, greased, slit-proof tin, into the oven at about 180 degrees, 35 minutes. I'm then going to duck on a run and take this time to be able to work something off and give me some calories to have a nice big slice of this when I come back. So I'll bring you back once I've finished my run, it's finished cooking, and we're having dessert. Alright guys, well that cake's now sitting in the oven for 30 minutes. Why not get out there and get a chance to get a run on? So I'm going to head out for 30 minutes. It's a warm day today. 30 minutes will give me time to just burn off probably 200-300 calories. Give me room to eat that and be guilt-free. So I'm going to head out there, enjoy this beautiful weather on a Christmas day. Merry Christmas to you, your family, your loved ones, and anyone else special in your life. So I'll see you back when we're pulling that beautiful chocolate cake out of the oven. See you then. Alright guys, I think we're almost done. The smell in this house is absolutely delicious. So let's pull this thing out. Have a look at that. Absolutely delicious. So that's now going to sit on that cool rack while that cools away now. I'll get this ganache poured over the top of that. Once it's probably been sitting for a good half an hour in there, guys. Ice cream is ready to go. Oh, Delicious. So good scoop of that on the side. Once this is all pulled together and everything's ready, I'll bring it to the table and I'll show you my family eating it and get some honest feedback without me prompting them of what it actually tastes like. So I'll see it when we've got a plate on the table. And here's my beautiful family testing out the chocolate cake today. So let's just go around the table. Dad, what do you reckon?
Hi there everyone. The Tank Top Chef has done it again. What a fantastic way to end a Christmas dinner. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you out there in Adamsland.
Thank you very much, Dad. And what do you reckon there, Mum?
If you're going to eat this, don't have anything else before it. Just this as for your entree, main and dessert, because you won't be able to eat anything else, you'll explode.
I like it. And Says, what do you reckon?
Very Moorish, very rich. Make sure you have a spoonful of ice cream with a tiny bit of cake on it and you'll be fine.
Beautiful. That's our Christmas special episode of the Tank Top Chef, guys. Thanks for coming along. If you've loved the video, hit that like button, share the video with anyone else, and if this is the first time you're seeing our channel, hit that subscribe button for many more things to come. And I'll see you next time on another True X Fizz videos. See you then.